DJ SharpMC, live, back on the track. All right, so we just downloaded 3.4.2. And we had started a beat. Let's make sure we're there. 3.4.2. We had started a beat, but I didn't really get to the right sequencing. So this time I'm going to go through and take the tracks that I already made, which is like all those tracks, and I'm going to show you how I would make an arrangement from it using the existing place where I left off. So that would be my last video. If you saw, I made a quick beat. This time I'm going to go through and try to do the whole song using the arranger mode and using the mute modes like I used to do, where I had tracks, then I put them in sequences, and then I take the sequences and put them in a song. So that's what we're going to try to do. So what I do is I go through, lay out all my tracks, and I got a bunch of tracks here. So those are some tracks, and usually the ones that I have with extra names, those are the ones that are actually got mutes on them or arrangements on them. The ones that don't are the ones that I use to kind of as a template. So what I would do is I would take a sound, like I'll do it this time for here. We'll go to this one. Oops, we don't want to mute it. We'll go to this track, which is the one I just added here. Okay, and then let's go ahead and mute all the sounds. So if I'm gonna mute all my sounds, I need to do, actually maybe I'll do it live so we can hear them cut off. Okay, that takes that out. And here, takes that out. And go here, take that out. Okay, so this is my sequences that I have laid out on sequence 1, which is like my master sequence. I'm gonna save because I just did an update, and you never know when this thing's gonna crash and I won't start over. So this is a blank drum pad, and typically what I do is I find a sound that I want, and I think this time I'm gonna do it manually. We're gonna go to browse, we're gonna go to my expansions, we're gonna go to my deep house. And we'll actually use that sound and we'll put it on this pad. So we'll load it. So now that sound is loaded on, that was whole, I think that was a whole program. So I loaded that whole program. All right, so I loaded all those sounds. And typically, especially lately, I've been running out of space. So what I'm going to start doing first is I'm going to start truncating some of these sounds because I don't want to be running out of memory. Okay, and actually I think I'm going to check my memory just before we even get started. We're at 70%, so I should be able to arrange it with 30%. I'm not going to try to change it too much. We'll see if we can go from here. Okay, so we got this sound. Got that sound. And I think I'll keep this part actually. We don't need all these. We just need like one of them or two of them at the most. Okay, so now what I typically do is I want to arrange my tracks with my beats going so I can hear how that muted sequence would sound. So we're going to go, let's put on my drum loop, and then we'll record something. And then what I've been doing lately is I want to do a mute arrangement. So I keep that sound that I like and I clone the pad, or first I'll rename it because I did it backwards, but we'll call this vocal, we'll call it A. Okay, so that's this track that I just made. But since I did it on my pads that had all the other sounds, I'm going to clone it and name this one what the kit was. It was like a drum kit something vocals or whatever. So I'm just going to keep it just to keep that auto sounds. So now I can make another version of using those sounds. Okay, I'm not going to use none of those sounds. I'll just keep the one we had. So now I got this one, which has got the sound that I want on it. And I'm going to mute it because I don't want it playing in my first version of my sequence that I'm going to make. Okay, so now I'm going to save, because this video is about arranging the muted sequences, because somebody was saying, you know, especially me too, I used to do 2.15 that way. Now I'm going to do it with 3.4.2. It's kind of not the same, but it's my workaround. Okay, so now I'm going to go through and I'm going to find where I want to start my sequence, my first sequence. So first, I'm not going to have my drum loop playing, and I typically start it out with like a hat, like that, or maybe something a little busier, like that. Okay, so I like this as my first sequence. So then what I do is I come up here and I hit copy sequence. Now in the new version, they switched it all around so that you can name stuff separate from the number sign. So it's going to put it on sequence 10. It's the copy of the arrangements that I want. I'm going to call this M1, because that's what I used to call my first track. So my first track is going to go, okay. Then what I do, which is cumbersome, but it's how I make my beat consistent, is I'm going to go all the way back to my bass sequence, which is this one, and it's going to have that same sequence because I just copied it. But now I'm going to add to it. So I'm arranging my song, and now my second sound is going to be
house.
This is going to be my second sound.
House.
And it's kind of loud, so I'm going to go through. I'm going to find that sound, which is house. What is it's drum vocal kit? No, it's vocal house. So I'm going to go back to here, go to vocal house. This is vocal house. It came in loud, so I'm going to go to program edit and drop the volume.
House.
And it sounds kind of plain. So now I'm going to go to my effects and maybe do a reverb on it or a delay.
House. House.
Okay, so I got to make sure I got the right track. So I'm on the right track.
Shit.
That's the wrong key.
House.
That's the right key.
House.
Program edit. So I just put an effect on the wrong pad, but that's okay because you can see now. Come here, effect, not those effects. We're gonna do these effects. Put a delay on it.
House. 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 House.
And then I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. Let's see how that sounds.
House. House. House.
Okay, so I like that as my second sequence. So now what I'm gonna do is come up here, copy this sequence. This is gonna be M2. It's my second track because this is how I lay it out. So now I'll check it.
House. House.
So this is how I arrange it. So it's kind of cumbersome, but you have a lot more control. And then if later you want to come back and edit it or rearrange it, you could do it because you didn't like lock down that sequence. My first sequence is still empty or still adjustable, and I'm just copying what I like in the arrangement. Okay, so I got that going, and then let's see if we can add some chords or something. So I have my kick ghost, I have my stab. Let's see how the stab sounds.
House. house.
So I like the way that sounds, right? So now I'm going to take that, make that my third sequence, copy sequence M3. Okay.
House. House.
Now that sounds pretty cool. And I'm going to save, because you got to save often when you do an update, because you never know if that update's going to work properly. Okay, and so now I feel like I need a kick or something. So I'm going to go to where my kick is. I have this one here. Let's see how this one sounds.
House. 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 House.
So I like that, but if it had a clap,
House.
I think it needs a bigger clap than that. Do I have another clap? Let's see if I have a different set of claps. I don't want to do my kick loop. Maybe this snare.
House. House.
No, I feel like it needs like a clap or something. Or some kind of like steady clapping sound. So I'm going to break my normal sequence, and I think I'm going to put in that clapping sound that I'm looking for. So typically what I do is I'll go back to my original drum kit, which is the default one at Lowe's. Why is it on mute? That usually means I have a sound on there. So anyway, what we'll do is we'll copy it, and we'll make this the clap. Clap 2. Because I feel like I need a clap here. Like that. So let's try something.
House. 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 House.
Now that sounds low, but that vocal still sounds loud. So one thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to go back to that vocal, which is vocal house. I remember it. Vocal house, vocal house. Where's it at? Vocal house, this one. And I'm going to turn it down a little bit.
House. 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 House.
Okay, so that's that house, and now I'm going to go back to my clap that I added, which was called clap 2. Clap 2. And it doesn't sound rich enough. Now the cool thing about the new sequence is I could do stuff here or I could do stuff here to enhance it, but I'm going to go even deeper, and I'm going to go to, I think, my samples here, and I'm going to put something on top of it. I'm going to put a clap on top of it. If I have another clap somewhere, or maybe a shaker or something. Let's try these.
The goal.
House. House. House.
So it's technically a clap plus a percussion. So I'm gonna add a plus percussion. Okay, so now
House.
okay, so I'm gonna save because I added some stuff that wasn't on there before, but doesn't matter because I'm doing this sequence by sequence. So now I like this as my second sequence or my third sequence. I forgot what number I'm on. So I'm going to copy it, and I think it's 3, M3. We'll find out if it's 3 because it'll tell me. So let's see, 3, 3, so it was 4. See, 12 is 3, 13 should be 4. So I'm going to rename it 4. Okay, so now my fourth sequence has that clap on it. Now, typically what I'm doing when I'm arranging my beats is now it's time for some variation. So on this same sequence where I was playing the house, I'm going to go through and I'm going to find where my house is. House is, where's house? Snare, house. I'm going to mute it, and let's go back and see how the stab could be changed. Okay, so I'm going to use that to make a transition. So now it's going to go from this beat here. I'm going to try to do it manually so we can hear it. So it's going to go like this. It's going to go
House. House.
Okay, so now I'm going to copy that because I like that. And this is going to be M5, right? M5. And so now I need a big switch up. So typically when I want a big switch up, I'll bring in something dramatic. Like I had a loop here. Where's that loop at? I had a kick loop. Where's that kick loop? Kick loop. Okay, so I'm bringing that kick loop. I can take out that snare that we just had if I can find it. Okay, so I'll go to the top. The bass maybe can come out. That snare can come out. don't know if those will go. Let's see if they'll go. So it was sequence 4 or sequence 5, right? Sequence 5. So sequence 5 will go. So that's too abrupt. So I think we'll bring back some of the beat that we had, which was, I think, this, right? And let's take out that kick loop. Where's the kick loop? Take sort of. Let's see if that goes. So it was 5. So 5, sequence 5. So I'm going to have to do a better transition than that. Okay, so we can't quite do, what's this? This is, it's not the key, it's not the tom. I think this, I think, is real close to what we had, right? So it's M5. So it's okay, so what I'm going to do here to mask all of that stuff is I'm going to do a dropout. So I'm going to drop that out so it'll go. So that should work. So let's check that. So it'll go from here, from this beat here. So that works. So now I'm going to copy this as my M6. So I basically reduced all those sounds to get it back to where it kind of flows, and I'm going to save. Okay, so now we got it back to, you know, the now the question is, do we want to bring this back in? Or do we want to jump straight to another sound? So we could jump straight to where's my other sound? To this. We can't jump straight to that. That'll work, so it'll buy me some time. M6 or M7? Let's see if that bought me some time. It should have been M7. Okay, so that'll buy me some time, right? So let's just go through and check it. We're here, 4, So it goes like this. We're gonna check it.
House. House. House.
So if I want to make this sound more consistent, I'll bring this back in. Now, because I brought that back in over there, I got to go back over to here, bring it back in. Did I put a 6? Doesn't have that, I don't think. Let's go check 6. I don't have that voice sound. When that voice sound, that sounded actually pretty good. So let's do it again. So I should bring the voice in here. So the voice is here. Okay, and then 7 goes. Okay, so I think I'm gonna take that out and go and bring in that other sound, which was here. So it'll go. Okay, and now I just gotta check it. So it just sounds like it drops out too fast. So I think I'll keep that. So if we're here, I think that works. I don't know where we're going to be after this. M8. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So now I'm going to save because I'm kind of off track, but at least you can see how you could do it. So I need a new drum loop because I feel like I'm short on my drums here. So I'm going to go to my main kit here. I'm going to copy it because I need another I need some kind of drum, so I'm going to put something together. Here we go. Okay, so we'll make this drum loop 2. So now we're here. Let's save. So I'm going to check the transition from the last sequence I made, which was 8, I believe, 7, 8. So let's check it. So we'll go like that. Then we'll go here. So if I put a vocal here, it'll mask all the other stuff that's going on. So I have this vocal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to save it. I'm going to use that to mask that iteration that I did. Then I'm going to copy it to my 9th sequence, and we'll keep it pushing. It wasn't what I had in mind, but at least this will show how you can do mutes and arrangements. So it's more of a song mode video using the 3.4.2. So now it's...
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so now I need a hat loop to kind of round this out. And I think I have a hat loop somewhere here. Hat loop.
Yeah.
That hat loop is off. So I need a new hat loop. So I'm going to make a new track because I need a new hat loop. Actually, I think I have hat loops somewhere. Hat loop 2. Why are you labeled hat loop 2? Oh, because I already have a hat loop. Okay, so I think I'm going to copy this, which is hat loops. I think it's all hat loops. It is. Okay, and then... Okay, so I'm going to take this hat loop, put it on Node on, and I'm going to record a new hat loop. So I'm going to rename it. This will be hat loop 3. So I have a new hat loop, and let's drop it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the timing's off. So typically to fit my hat loops, I'll come through, start it from scratch. The timing says 124, so the BPM is off. So I got to still fix that, but I think I'm going to fake it. And the way I fake it is I got this arrangement here, right? But it's out of sync. Now, normally what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to time stretch it. So for the sake of argument, we're going to try to time stretch it from the beginning to match a 123. So at least when I go through to play it, it'll work. Now my memory's up, so I'm going to do some stuff to clear my memory in a second. But here, I'm going to try to bring it in. We got to start over, buddy.
Yeah.
It's off. Or I can do it by hand. Okay, so it's a little bit off, but if I take out that vocal, you won't hear it as much. Where's that vocal? There. Okay, so it's a little rough, but for the sake of this sequence, we'll keep it pushing, because I think if I play the last one, I can make it gel. We'll double check it just to see.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so now I don't like the way my pad is sounding, but here's a good place for me to do the pad mute to show you can do the mutes the way you used to. So here I have this one, right? So okay, so the way I like to do it, that I think is wiser, is this is the sequence that I want to mute on. So I copy it, and I think it's 10, right? So we're going to sequence it, copy. This will be M10. That's the one I want to do the mute on. Now, while I'm on 10 and I want to do the mutes, I go to the mute page, go to the sound that I want to mute mix, which is here, and then I turn on record automation. So now we'll go. And the share recording. Then you got to turn off record animation. So now here it is in my final version. And then on my sequence that I'm editing, it should be the way it was. Okay, so I'm going to do another copy of that called 11. And we'll do the automation again. And you can do the automation another way, where you change it from the audio to a MIDI and it plays the sound longer. But I'm not going to get crazy with it. I'm just going to try a different mute mix so you can see that it's different, it's recording it differently. Would help if I had the automation on. That's the only thing that sucks about it. You got to have the automation on. So we'll do it again. Take the automation off, and then let's check those two. So this is 11. This is 10. Okay, so now I'm going to save, because that was what I wanted to show you, the automation of the mutes, the way you used to do it, but doing it on the sequence level. So now we're here. So now I'm going to... So I like that. So this will be 12. Okay, so that's sequence 12. So now it'll go. And I think just to kind of stabilize the beat, we'll bring back in that house. Where's the house? Here. So it'll go.
House. House.
This will be 13. Okay, so now we got to mix it up.
House.
We'll do this. Right? So now it'll go. Let's see what that last one sounded like. 14. Okay, so then from here. I'm trying to see where that main loop is. So I need another sound here. So I'm going to save. And because I need another sound, and I don't think I have what I need, I'm going to add a new track. And we'll just do this on the fly. Do I have anything on this track? There's nothing on this track. So I can put a sound on here. So let's find a sound just to be original here. We'll put that on solo, put this on browse. We'll go to my sounds, because I have, a bunch of sounds, my synths, and actually I want my sample synths. And I don't think that's my sample synths folder, that's my synths folder. So my samples are here. Mini Moog. Do we want something Mini Moog or want something chord like? I think I want something chord like. So let's go to Extra 13, Progressive House Sessions, and I need a Actually, I think to make my life easier, I will load a sound from the pool. So where's the load to pool sample sounds? So you go here.
And the
We'll load that. Okay, so now this will be a good time to see if I can do that other thing. It said it's a 123, but I want to change the way it sounds, but I want to change it at the warp level. So you go here, beat sync, and then I know I need pad loop, and then I think this is repitch. Okay, we'll do that. Then I go to note on. Okay, and we're going to play it live. I don't know. I'm going to have to re-record it because it didn't come out right. I don't know why it's cutting it, but we can fake it if I come here. Okay, so to get it to be right, I just got to come here and then take that and then edit the end, right? So go like that, edit the end. Go there, edit the end. So what I can do instead is I can highlight this piece, erase it, highlight this piece, erase it, so if I don't think I can move this. Maybe I can move this. So we need nudge. And then edit in. Okay, so it's giving me too much drama. So I'm going to have to I don't know why I cut it off, but it doesn't matter. So we're having some looping drama, but that's okay because I could extend it. See, this is where I wonder if it would work if I just made this bar longer. Well, actually, I think I'll make my life easier and I'll just erase it. When you got duck soup, when you got ducks, you make duck soup. And that's what we're going with, because that's just what happened. So, when you got things coming up that you don't expect, especially when you're making a video live, you just roll with it. Okay, so now we go from okay. So now we're gonna go wait a second. Okay, so in continuing with the loop that I'm being presented with, We're just going to keep it just like that. And then
yeah, yeah.
okay, so to mask that transition, we'll switch to all three of those. So it'll go like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and so then we'll go
yeah. Yeah.
So it's going to be a rough transition, but this is how it is. Okay, so now it's going to go
yeah.
Well, it is what it is, people. This is where we are today. So then it's going to go here. I better save because we're all over the place. And they changed, I think they changed the metronome or the timing, because now my timing is way harder to line it up. So I'm ready to wrap this song up. So we're going to start heading towards the end of it, since it's already kind of long and it's a long video. So now it's going here. Yeah, we're going to start winding down. Okay, so that's how I do arrangements with mutes in song mode, making 2.15 workaround. So now we're here. Did I edit the wrong one? I think I edited the wrong one. I edited 21. And I was supposed to edit. Okay. So we're here. Okay, so that's how I do it, using the arranger mode and making my sequences. So now I've got all my sequences laid out. I'm going to check, see how much memory I used. 81%, but that's okay, because now we're going to go to song mode and we're going to call it a day. So then I come to song mode, I put it on overdub, and I go through and put all my sequences in one by one. Now I switch banks, and because I did them in order, I can just go straight down the line. And this is how I do my song mode. And I think I only did 24. Let's check. Yep, I did 24. Then I go, check it out, check it out, check it out, check it out. This is gonna be the beat.
House. House. House.
That's how it goes. See you next time. DJ SharpMC. Peace.